Hey guys, welcome to this review of Deadpool and Wolverine. This review will be a culmination of myself, Jonah, and Bill. So after I am done, please feel free to watch theirs as well. That would be great. We're not going to spoil anything for you at this time, even though there's a lot of spoilers out there by now. Sorry, we're a little late to the game. I went on vacation and yeah, things just happened. But I did catch the movie before vacation, and I'll just say I'm glad I did. Waited for this film for a long time. As we saw the images come in, Wolverine in his costume, I think we were all excited for that. We've always wanted to see that on the big screen ever since Jackman appeared as Wolverine back in, 2000, I believe? 1999, 2000? 2000. We had all the speculation of who's going to be in it, all these wild rumors that some turned out to be true. I'm not going to spoil. I do really want to talk about those appearances. We will get together on our next episode of the Field of Geeks podcast to go into all that fun. Or we'll do another review separately with just spoilers, perhaps. So going in, the day I decided to go, I was running late. And, usually I like to give the theater enough time, get my concessions and all that. And over time, we know that trailers are almost 30 minutes sometime. And thanks to the internet, we get to see a lot of those trailers before we even see them on the screen. In fact, some of those trailers are more recent than what's playing at the theater. So anyway, I was banking on that happening. Those previews saving my ass from missing any of the film. I had to get concessions. I was rushing around, and you know how when you're rushing, to me anyway, everything seems to go by slower. Traffic, anything. It's all these obstacles in your way. So I'm just hauling ass, getting to the theater, not trying to speed too much, be too reckless. I think I was fine. So finally I got to the theater, and I chose to go see it at Cinemark. So I get to the theater and I begin walking in. And of course, just like there was traffic, there's also people traffic. And my God, I'm always stuck behind slow people, and I'm trying to be nice and not be a dick and pass them. But, I went for it. Got in there, got my ticket printed, went to concessions right away, starving. I noticed there was really not much merchandise for the movie there, which is a good thing because, my wallet would be a lot lighter, let's say. So I get through the line, and I feel like my blood sugar is very low. So I start eating my concessions even before I purchased them. So that's how, desperate I was to get this feeling to stop. So I get my pop, get all that, get into the theater, and get seated. I'm super excited at this point, of course, because I made it. The previews were still going, so thank God all of that went down well. I made it. So anyway, scarf and food, some of the a few previews to go, I guess, till the movie. Scarfing my food. I'm probably looking like a giant pig. But yeah, I was just desperate. I was like, man, I gotta kick this feeling. This is bad. This is not good. And so, yeah, I was just chomping. And the theater was pretty well packed. Still room to get some decent seats, but it was pretty full. This was Friday. The first Friday it was playing. After all that hoopla, finally was able to see the movie in all its greatness. I'm going to spoil that right now. Get right to the point. I love this movie. I really had a great time. From beginning to finish, it was full throttle. Simple plot. I've heard that a lot, and I agree with that. But it's so entertaining. It outshines that weakness, if that makes sense. So yeah, there really wasn't any slow moments. Great action, comedy, and drama. Not as much drama as the previous two, I think. I thought of this ever since I left the theater that day, and I would love to demonstrate this analogy I want to do for you. But it'd be very messy and a little costly. So anyway, imagine if you will. Okay, so this film celebrates the Fox verse and more. So imagine, you have to imagine with me, a 2-liter bottle of Coke. I think some of you may know where I'm going here. And imagine, all the previous films filling up this bottle of Coke as they came to us, late 90s and up. X-Men to Deadpool 2, let's say, or I guess you could say Phoenix, Dark Phoenix. So yeah, Each of those are like a layer in this Coke bottle of Coke getting to the top, right? Deadpool Wolverine is basically the Mentos in this situation. And you drop it into that bottle and everything activates. All the old stuff comes to life again. All previous films are in flux. They're mixing with each other. And then let's say you cap the bottle before it explodes and it's self-sustaining. You got everything moving together, right? You got all the stuff from the beginning on. There's Easter eggs everywhere, on Front Street, in the back street. A lot has been set up, but it's also okay that nothing ever happens from it. But if it did, you open that bottle and out will spew an endless potential for anything to happen, if done right, I guess, or wrong. But the ball's basically in Marvel Studios' court. Overall, it's a storybook ending, I would say, for the Foxverse and even Deadpool. Obviously, this iteration of Deadpool, if you will. Hugh Jackman delivers. He always does. He is our Wolverine. You know, he's the only Wolverine we've had live action. So yeah, very happy from this performance of his. Logan was such a downer, but it was great too. Don't get me wrong. But we kind of all, I think, wanted him to do one more thing as Wolverine. In this film, he does it. And more, you could say. His love for this character and for the fans is felt. I mean, this character made his career, and he does not shy away from saying that at all. The mask. We all know this was going to happen, so this isn't a spoiler. When it comes, it's worth the wait. It's great. It's so awesome. Icing on the cake. And he pulled it off even without the mask and that suit. But man, that was just like the last little, okay, all right, we're going to give it a little bit more. We knew it was coming. And I'm very happy it did. Now, I think you could easily say he's played all variations of Wolverine we would ever want. Truly. Yeah, Ryan Reynolds, he totally used his power for good on this film. Probably all the Deadpools. I mean, you go back to the first one, he leaked that, or helped leak that footage. And this film in general, what he was able to accomplish is magnificent. Only he could probably make what's in the film happen. It's so hard not to talk about it. As fans, he made our dreams come true with this movie. Not just for us fans. This is getting into spoiler territory, but I'm not going to spoil, I assure you. But he also made dreams come true for his co-stars. And I know some of you out there have already seen all the spoilers. They're all over Facebook now, all social media. And I'm sorry we're not going to be talking about it in this review, but we will next time. Marketing did a wonderful job with this film. There is so much merchandise out there I want. The friendship necklace thing is so cool. The dog, the baby Deadpool. I mean, all these things. Thank God they weren't in that theater that day, or I'd have a lot of explaining to do. They advertised the hell out of this. Very clever advertisement. This team deserves a raise, let's just say. Now, the press tours have also been great. It's always great when there's a great press tour and a great film. Ryan and Hugh, you can tell, are great friends. Unless they fooled us all with their acting talents, perhaps. But no, they are genuine, and they're very entertaining together as well. I've watched their Hot Ones. That's very funny. There's one where they get, I don't know, it was for GQ or whatnot. They were hooked up to lie detectors, and the question came up about who leaked the Deadpool footage, and Ryan tiptoed around a little bit, and then I think he kind of admitted to it, like, I did have a part in it. It's been great. It's all wonderful, and I hope when we get the physical media of this film, maybe we can get some of that press tour in there. Probably not some of the rights and so on, but man, it's been great. Overall, Deadpool and Wolverine was very fun. You should go see it.
Hey guys, Jonah here with Field of Geeks, and bringing you a couple of real quick spoiler-free movie reviews. I'd mentioned Longlegs, I'd mentioned Twisters. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm really looking forward to Trap. That's coming up here this weekend. And then, of course, we got Alien Romulus later on in the month. So August is going to look to be a pretty good month for movies, too. Now, the most recent one that I had a chance to see was Deadpool and Wolverine. And this was probably the most fun I'd had at the movies in a long time. If you're a fan of the comic books, if you're a fan of the pre-Iron Man Fox superhero movies, you're going to get some cool little treats with this. Again, no spoilers. I'm sure we'll do a spoiler-ish filled review at some point on the podcast itself, but I just wanted to say, go see it. It's funny, it's fun, the action is great, the quips don't disappoint, especially when you've got Deadpool and Wolverine playing off one another. Hugh Jackman crushes it still. He crushes it. Ryan Reynolds doesn't disappoint as Deadpool. He was born to play that role. So it was a fantastic summertime movie. Again, if you haven't seen it, go see it. If you are into any of the source material or any of the superhero movies, you will dig it, I think. So go see it and then let me know your thoughts. Take care.